guys, what's going on? I'm sorry I waited as long as I could, but it's still dark. But since this is a podcast version, as I always say, it's a car commute video, which, the visual is not too much fun. Treat it like a podcast. So it shouldn't matter if I'm presenting this in the dark or if the sun's out, etc., etc., because I'm not doing anything. I'm just hitting record so you can listen to me. So it doesn't matter if the camera's pointing at me, pointing at the floor, pointing at the sky, or at least it shouldn't. But anyway, thanks for watching. This is the version, the Friday commute version, and it's actually Friday. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. But basically, every Friday on my commute to work, I make a video to just either rant, update people on my portfolio, or just talk about some some topics. So that's what I'll do today, and I actually have a plan of an agenda for once in my life, and I'm going to talk about 3 things, hopefully. Why people invest in high yield distribution/dividends, what I reallocated this week in my portfolio, and how I got monetized on YouTube, and what what's going to happen now. So first, let's talk about why people care about high dividends, high distribution yields. And because a lot of people who actually still watch some of my videos, they are like dumbfounded on why we would take such a risk of investing in something that could go downward, right? So previously, and when I say I'll say like about a year or two ago, the options of high yielders really resolved around QYLD. That was really the leader. That was really the startup of, oh my God, what is this? This is a yield chaser, And there is, there's the QYLD people, and then there's the dividend, growth people. There's also the high dividend people, but even those people were looking at 5%. Anything above that, they consider a trap. So obviously Yield Max came out, and now all these others are following. And the yields that you can get now are, it's pretty common to get anywhere from 12% all the way up to 70%. And, in doing so, you can actually bring a decent income with, not that much money. But, the people who have $1 million, $2 million, whatever, easy for them to say, oh, what are you doing? This is high risk. Are you stupid? Because, if you have $2 million, you can make 5%, bring in $100K a year. That's okay, right? But, realistically, who has $2 million to throw in an account? So, for those of us who, are a little more realistic, I'll say not struggling, but close to struggling on the day-to-day, money's tight for a lot of people. If you could, if you could spare, say, $1,000, and if you can make 50% of that annually, why would you not, these people, they want to jump on that, it's like promising. It gives them hope of, an additional income. And at some point, when they run the numbers, they're seeing there's a possibility they could retire early. So that is why we invest in high dividends. That is why we invest in high distribution. Because we do not want to bust our ass for the rest of our life. Or we want to enjoy, some money. Yes, it's great. Oh, Visa, tremendous dividend growth. Anywhere from 10% to 50% dividend growth per year. But their starting yield is under 1%. And that, again, that's fine if you have 30 years. But if you're looking to use this income now or within the next 10 years, Visa is really not a good option. I mean, I know it's also kind of a growth stock in its own manner, so you have that as well. But if you're an income investor, the capital, you know, it could stay flat for all you care, as long as it doesn't go down. You know, Visa doubling, tripling in time, if you're not selling, you know, it's great and all, but it's, you know, it's not really, you know, as appealing as getting the money now from the income distribution. So, I mean, to me, that's why I'm doing it. You know, I decided, okay, I had this money in a Roth IRA, and it's going to sit there. I'm going to max out my Roth IRAs every year, and I'm going to use it at 59.5. So instead of doing that, I took my contributions from the Roth IRAs and I put it in a taxable, and I said, you know what? I'm going to make some income now, and I'm going to put, instead of maxing my Roth IRAs, I'm going to put all this money that I was going to put in the Roth and put it in a taxable account. And I'm just going to see where it goes. I'm going to bring in some income now to either enjoy my life or possibly plan and track to retire early. Yes, I have other retirement vehicles like 401ks, so I'm not, you know, as concerned about that. I did have a big plan of, you know, retiring on 3 million or so, 3 to 4 million, you know, 20 years from now. But it was going to be 20 years of torture, 20 years of pain, 20 years of being broke, 20 years of being poor. But now I'll retire with less of a nest egg, but in the meantime, I'll have income on the side that I could just, you know, I could do whatever. I could reinvest. I could, you know, buy something. I could buy a laptop so I can actually present to you guys on YouTube properly. Or I could buy a phone holder for my car so it's not in the cup holder like it is now. Things like that, right? So, again, that's you know, that's my opinion on it. That's what I'm doing. I want the income now. I don't want to just say, okay, 59.5, you know, and even that's not even the retirement age. People plan on 62, 65. There's people at my job, they're 67, they're working. It's like, and it's fun if they enjoy it, but I don't know. I could find a million other things to do besides, you know, being forced to work a certain amount of hours every day of your life. But which is why we're here, right? We're making income through our money. All right, next topic. Let me try to keep it a little shorter. So I did some reallocation this week in my portfolio, and what I decided is I sold out of the lower distribution yielders from the yield max funds. And the reason for that is, again, when you look at the yield max funds, these funds, they sell options on individual stocks. So there's a risk involved with that. So for that risk, you get paid a distribution yield. So, and I'm okay with that. But then, you know, after this latest payment, and I saw what I got from, say, the MSFOs of the world, the Appleys of the world, who was the other one? Not Amazon. Amazon's actually okay, but there was another one. Anyway, they're yielding around 12 to 17%. And in my opinion, me taking the risk in investing in a covered call ETF for one underlying stock, 12 to 17% is not, you know, worth it to me. It's not worth the risk. In my opinion, I should be getting at least 20 to 25% annual distribution yield, you know, for my risk. So, and that's kind of going to be what I stick with going forward. Like AMZ, Netflix, so far so good for them. They're close, but I'm gonna hold on to them. I'm gonna give them, let them hang around. Netflix, I kind of got killed recently. They're down, 10%. But hopefully Netflix and AMZ can stay above that range, around the 20 to 30% range. And if there's any others that come on board that will pay around that amount, I'm all for it. But the ones that are paying under 20%, I mean, to me, in my opinion, and again, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, just a guy in a car making a YouTube video. So this is for, fun and entertainment, do your own research and all that. So, again, it's not worth the risk. And the main reason is, I can go to SVOL and I can get 16% yield. And to me, SVOL is less risky than a covered call ETF on one underlying stock. So since I'm able to get that same yield from, in my opinion, a safer ETF, then I'm going to do that. And even looking at Apple, what are they paying? 12, 13%? That's not a lot at all. Sadly, that's not a lot at all anymore. But SPY pays around 12%. So again, comparably, SPY is less risky in my opinion versus investing in, again, a covered call ETF on one underlying stock. So that's how I'm thinking about it going forward. Again, when these covered call ETFs come out and they sell covered calls or they sell puts on an index, that's a little safer, right? The movement of an index is not, as volatile, which of course takes away your premium. But if you get the appropriate yield you're looking for, then that's really all you care about. This is all about bringing the most, return on your money via income, in the safest route possible. That is my plan, and that's what I'm going to stick to. This week, yesterday was a bloodbath, man. We got killed on the Yield Max funds. Everything was down, which obviously, yes, that's a discount. Everything's on discount. So, I buy every day. I buy 5 to 10 shares a day. And on days like yesterday, I kind of buy a little more. But, my normal process, again, is I buy 5 to 10 shares per day based on the discount of that day and based on my total gain percentage. If my gain percentage is in the green, I am not buying that holding. I'm just going to let it ride. If I'm red, then I will continue to buy that holding. Again, unless I'm over allocated like Tesla. I'm very, very over allocated. I own 1,500 shares, so that's the majority of my portfolio at the moment, which, again, I don't mind doing that. It gives me more motivation to track their holdings, to track their intraday trades, which I've been doing, and people seem to like it, so I will continue to do that. Speaking of, before I go into work today, I will make a weekly, end of week video talking about all, the holdings per day throughout the week and what happened and how I think they did. So tune in for that. But again, this is the car BS video where we just talk about whatever. And that's what I did. I sold my Apple, sold my MSFO. And I own right now. I own Tesla. I own OARC. I own Nvidia. I own Coney. I just bought into Coney because I know they're going to pay a distribution soon. I own Netflix and I own AMZ. Outside of YieldMax, I own SVOL and I own SPY. I do not own QQQY or the other JEPY, but I will. I don't know. I want to see how they play out for once. I always jump into things So I'm trying to contain myself. I know they're very exciting. For those of you that don't know, Defiant ETFs came out with three actually, ETFs that they sell puts daily. We're going on the main road now, so if it gets louder, I apologize. They sell daily puts, and daily. Again, they sell daily puts on the indexes. So one is for the Russell, one is for the QQQY, or the NASDAQ, I should say, and then the other is for the S&P. There's a lot of people on the road today, which is not usual for a Friday, so this is very annoying. But so yeah, those came out, and they're very interesting. They're planning on averaging 0.25% yield daily if all goes well, which comes to about 60 to 65% annually. So if all goes well for these funds, then we found ourselves another. So I would if that comes out that they're doing what they said, then I will definitely buy into it. I did make a video on QQQY, so if you're interested in that, go check it out. Last topic is, I made this YouTube channel, believe it or not, I made it 5 years ago. I have over 160 videos. I know I'm probably a new channel to you guys, but I did start 5 years ago. My first video was actually in the car, because again, even then, there's no time. There's never time. You work and you do shit after work, and the day's over and you start over again. And once you have kids, you might as well forget it. So that's why, I make my videos when I can. But anyway, I started my YouTube channel 5 years ago, and it, was about investing. It was about dividends. It was about whatever. And it did not do well. I was not getting the feedback, the views, the comments like I am now, because I guess it was about a topic that was already so popular, and there were so many better options out there. It's amazing when I talk about, when I kind of changed up what I'm doing, when I'm investing in higher yielders, I'm getting a lot more views and comments, and that's because this topic does not get the love that it deserves. People just love to just shut down anything high yield and say, and maybe because, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe because they have $2 million, to throw around, or maybe because they can't change their way of thinking because they'll lose half of their viewership. So, if they're truly not being honest, then that really sucks for the viewers, because if you're going to listen to someone's channel, that person should at least speak the truth, right? We're not going to listen to a YouTube channel to listen to a bullshitter. We'll put on the news for that. So, and every time I made a video, I just, I spoke the truth. I still do. And I just say what I'm doing, and that's it. People want to watch, great. If not, it is what it is. It's not like, I'm a full-time YouTuber here. I'm just doing videos, and the reason I do them is because I'm doing the research anyway, so why not share it? Especially if I can find people who are interested in the same topic, which is why I made the Discord, so we could chat. We could chat about it. Because, in the real life world, as you guys know, these people do not exist. If I go to work and I say, oh man, did you buy Tesla today? What the hell is that? And if I try to explain it, oh man, they'll be like, hell no, I can't invest in that. I'm going to lose all my money. But, to find like-minded investors with the same mentality as us, it's not easy. This gigantic van cut me off. Anyway, so I got, my point was on the YouTube, I made it 5 years ago. I made videos here and there, very inconsistent. As of late, I've done decent. I'm up to 2,100 subscribers, which I know is not a lot to most people. but it was enough to. I got that in a certain amount of view hours, I think. So they said I can become monetized. So I applied and they approved it. I checked my estimated income. It just happened. It says $2.77. So I'm about to be rich, baby. I'm gonna go all in. But anyway, I'm sure, obviously it helps because it's another source of income. I don't know where it will take me, but if it turns out that this is, an actual decent source, then I will, I'll make better videos for sure. I'll try to spend more time, when I can. So, I don't know. Right now I'm just doing them, when I can. And it's been working. People like it. Not many people like these videos. So, if you've made it this far into the video, you must be a trooper. Or you must be driving to work like me, and you just need something to listen to, which I appreciate all the views, all, people taking their time to listen to this garbage, right? But hopefully, any little bit helps. Anything I said, hopefully you take something from it and it helps you guys out. But if you're interested in making YouTube videos, then just do it, Yeah, you're probably not going to get rich off of it, but if it can get you something, then why not? I'm just going to do it. I turned on, I think there's two options, shorts and videos. I just turned that on. Everything else I'm not going to click. There's there's the Patreon, you see that bullshit, and the sticker payments, or I don't know. I'm not doing that right now. It's just, you guys, you watch me, it's free content. Everything should be free. So Discord free, YouTube free. If I'm going to get paid, it's going to be from YouTube. And who gets paid? From, the advertisers. Simple as that. So we'll see where that goes. I just wanted to give you guys an update on that and be honest. So I am getting paid, although $2.77, still money. So it's happening. So it's a little more motivating for me. So again, we'll see where it goes. And I mentioned my Discord. I don't talk about it enough because people keep asking for the link sometimes, but I'll try to leave it in the description if it works, or I'll leave it as a comment. I'm not sure what's better, but yeah, I have a Discord where we talk about this exact mentality: high distribution yields, high dividend yields, and retiring early. And there's about 80 or so people in there already, so feel free to join. And I share a lot of my content there. Versus, I'm a big Instagram. I was a big Instagrammer, but I think I'm gonna just start sharing a lot of the content I do in the Discord. I do a lot, because a lot of it takes me a lot of time. And Instagram don't give me shit, so I might as well, do it on the Discord. But in time, I do it on both right now, but we'll see. Anyway, that's it, guys. I appreciate you all for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting. It is, everyone's busy. Even the evil comments. It's all good, man. It's all good. So let's just have a discussion. All right, guys. Almost at work, so I will talk to you guys later.